What is Airtable? Well, Airtable is actually a database tool, and operators are using it to build the digital brain for their business. Whether you run a marketing team, an agency, or a nonprofit, teams in every industry are replacing their clunky spreadsheets with tailored Airtable systems that people actually enjoy using. So, if you've been hearing someone you know talk about Airtable and now you're wondering, what is Airtable and what can it do for you? Then keep watching, because in this video, I'm going to break down everything you need to know about Airtable and why it's the go-to platform for building an integrated system of record that brings clarity to your work. I'm Mecca, the Airtable architect, and I build Airtable systems for a living. Welcome to the wonderful world of Airtable, my friend. Let's get this party started. All right, so before jumping into Airtable, there is one key term that you've got to know, and that is no code. No code platforms are these drag and drop tools that are made for the average person to be able to build robust business tools without technical experience. Airtable is one of these no code tools that allows you to build your own business tool instead of having to rely on and settle for out of the box solutions. So let's take a step back and put this all into context. For thousands of years, humans have been keeping records in various different forms. First, they used physical methods, and now they use digital ones. Everything from clay tablets to pen and paper to spreadsheets and databases. In fact, record keeping is one of the most pivotal innovations in human history. It has allowed us to move from the ancient societies of the past to the advanced economies of today. Airtable is just the next iteration of those record-keeping tools. The easiest way to understand Airtable is if I give you an example through a story, okay? So let's jump into the world of Mira, who is a manager at a creative agency called Marigold Creative out of Los Angeles. This is a fictional story just to illustrate what Airtable could do for you in your situation. So for Mira, it was a super busy year where more was asked of her team than ever, and her team was starting to show signs of burnout. With her previous setup, Mira created new spreadsheets with tasks, deliverables, asset files, and the whole gambit for every new client. It was bearable when she was only managing maybe 5 to 6 active clients at a time, but now that she's managing upwards of 20, she's starting to feel the toll. I mean, just to find their tasks every day, the team has to sift through dozens of spreadsheets in Google Drive. At the same time, they're also searching through countless email threads just to find updates on their projects. Deadlines were starting to get missed, details getting lost in the inbox, and leadership was starting to get frustrated. It was clear to Mira that her team had outgrown her current system, and it was time to take action. In her situation, Mira desperately needed a system that could centralize all of the different client spreadsheets, client tasks, client deliverables in one place so that she could onboard and manage her existing clients while also managing work for her team. If only there was a tool. Enter Airtable. Let's take a peek inside of what Mira could have built for her situation. For the purposes of this illustration, let's think of Airtable like a cake with 3 flavorful layers. At the very bottom of the cake is data. This is where the record keeping takes place and where the data is stored, similar to the columns and rows that you would see in a spreadsheet. In Excel, you build a spreadsheet to store data. In Airtable, you build a base to store data. And in a base, instead of tabs, you have tables. And each table represents a list of a singular, distinct data type. So a list of clients, projects, or people. Instead of rows, you have records. Each record represents a single item in each of those tables. So a table of projects, each record is a project. In a table of clients, each record is a client. In a table of people, each record is a person. And instead of columns, in Airtable you have fields. Each field represents a single detail that you want to track about each of your records in each of your tables. Things like, a project name, deadline, or project type. Fields can have many different types, such as text fields, single or multiple select, which are drop downs. You can have attachment fields where you can upload files, date fields, currency fields, etc. For Mira, she needed tables for clients, projects, and tasks. Clients needed fields like, a client name, industry, point of contact. Projects needed fields like project name, project type, status, and tasks needed fields like a status, due date, assignee, etc. And she had to establish relationships between the different tables using a linked record field type. This is a very special field type in a system like Airtable that allows you to connect one record in one table to another record in another table. For example, every project needs to connect to a client. Linked records allow you to do that seamlessly. Okay, in the middle of the cake, you have automations. These are automated actions that take place based on changes in your data. Every automation is made up of two parts: one, a trigger, and two, a set of actions that are executed when that trigger takes place. For example, when a project status gets updated to complete, you want to send a notification email to the project manager. In Mira's case, she needed an automation that whenever a project was within 7 days of its deadline, an email was sent to the project manager notifying them that the project was coming due soon. Finally, on top of this beautiful cake, there are interfaces. These are views of the data that make the data easy to manage. Think of your dashboards, trackers, calendars, timelines, forms, all of the pieces of the system that your internal or external users touch and interact with to manage their work. In Airtable, each interface is made up of a set of pages. Mira wanted a single interface with 3 distinct pages. The first was a project timeline view where she could see all tasks organized by project and assignee, so she could organize the work and spot any bottlenecks. She wanted to be able to filter based on a client, a project, and assignee, and then click into any of these tasks to see more information. She also needed a My Tasks view where she could allow her team to see their assigned tasks and manage their work in a Kanban style view. Team members can see every single one of their tasks, click into them, make updates, and when one task changes in their view, it changes in every other view that task shows up. Finally, Mira needed a project intake form that would allow her to quickly onboard new clients in a seamless form view. The form has fields that pull directly from the projects table, and as soon as that form is submitted, a record is created in the projects table that her team can see and start working on immediately. There's literally nothing else to it. If you can build a halfway decent spreadsheet, you can build a killer Airtable database. So why are teams switching to Airtable? The answer is simple. It's because they want to surf. And no, not that kind of surf. They switch because they want a tool that gives them 4 things. 1, they want simplicity so they can build the tool they actually need and nothing more. 2, they want unity so they can connect fragmented data under a single roof. 3, they want reliability so they can organize workflows on scalable infrastructure. And 4, they want flexibility so they know their tools are built to evolve with the business. Airtable provides all of that and more without needing an IT team or a software team to build it. It's simple enough to just do it yourself or hire a pro to set it up and then manage it on your own. All right, so let's quickly go over what Airtable is used for so you can have some inspiration for your next project. Unlike tools like Asana or Monday, which are centered around project and task management, Airtable has no opinion whatsoever on what you should build with the platform. Your imagination and will to build are the only things limiting what you can create. Here's a list of systems I've built for my clients that can give you inspiration for your next project. They include marketing command centers for campaign intake, routing, and reporting, corporate communications workflows with editorial calendars and approval routing, event management tools that enable speaker coordination and vendor tracking, talent booking and venue management systems, CRM systems, program management systems complete with grant tracking and reporting, applicant tracking systems, systems for food distribution and logistics, tree services operations, even pet end-of-life management. This was one of the craziest projects I ever worked on. Facilities management tools, inventory and operations management, mortgage and financial services workflows, art curation project management, and influencer and creator management systems. The possibilities are practically endless. So drop a comment below. What idea for a system do you have that you want to potentially build with Airtable? Let me know. I always like to say the best time to build a database was 10 years ago. The next best time to build a database is today. So don't wait until tomorrow. To shortcut your build process, you can grab your access to my Airtable Learning Library, which is a searchable database of over 60 Airtable videos and tutorials that will teach you how to build with Airtable in a focused learning experience. Or if you want to create an actionable build plan and want professional help building your tool, you can set up a discovery call with me. The link for both of these offers is in the description of the video. That's it for today. It would mean a whole bunch if you could subscribe to my channel and like this video. Until next time, good luck and happy building.